at 2022 versus 2023. Let's take a look at what I was talking about right in the middle of summer 2020.
Out of the marketplace or into the marketplace because the interest rates were going up, right? And we were short on inventory, and it made inventory even lower. You saw those numbers. We saw the lowest inventory numbers in the history of Ocala in the beginning part of this year. We saw that. In fact, it went down, and we've talked about it, went down to actually 800 when we really look at it. And I'm looking at like just residential properties. We're not looking at, lots or anything like that, just residential. And that includes mobile homes as well, if you're wondering. So that was one thing. Now we're seeing a little bit of the inverse. And what I mean by that is that now the inventory is growing and not dropping, and it's picking up very fast. As fast as we dropped in inventory, we're seeing an increase in inventory now. That being the case, now we're seeing sellers jump into the marketplace, like we saw buyers jump into the marketplace early on because of interest rates. Now sellers have jumped into the marketplace, and they're jumping in the marketplace like, oh my goodness, wait, the market's changing. I want to capitalize on the equity. Like, I've lived here since 1995. We've had our brokerage here. So that's also a big reason why you should make sure when you're picking a realtor, they understand the marketplace. I think it's really crucial. They understand the numbers. So they can guide you, because this can be a thing where you can stay on the market forever because you priced your home here because you still thought the market was going up, and it's no longer. And now it's plateauing, right? Like we went way up, and then now it's plateauing. And I've, some of my past videos will bear this out. Pay attention to this as you're thinking about buying and selling. I think that's really, really crucial. So in a nutshell, we're seeing a leveling off of sales. We're seeing price reductions because people are like, wait, I can't sell anymore. Longer days on market, more of a normal marketplace. I think inventory is probably going to go back to the 3,000s. We're still well below that number, at the 1,500 active residential listings.
So look at that. We're talking about last year. This is like, we saw a record number of properties that actually went on the market in a 1 year span. We also saw a record increase in interest rates in a 1 year span. Like we actually, and that, a year ago, we were talking about, right around 1,500 homes on the market. And then rapidly, within like a 4 or 5 month period, by the end of the year, last year, all of a sudden we're looking at pushing 3,000. And now we're going to take a look at, where we are right at this moment, because now I think what you're going to see is we've leveled off and now have gone in an opposite direction. So in a fast time, when interest rates were in the twos, because we were in the twos in the spring, actually early on, January, February of 2022. And of course they shot up. I don't remember where they were in June of last year, but they were probably right around the 5 mark, heading towards 6. And of course, where we are, bumping up on 7, it's been bouncing around between, 5.5, 5.75 to like 6.25. And now we're approaching that 7 mark again, or 6.75. It's been really, really interesting to look at, because as inventory, people were shouting for, oh my gosh, this is going to be a market crash. And the reality is we rapidly changed. Inventory went all the way to close to 3,000, about 2,900 to 3,000. And then now we're at 2,344 properties. 2,344 properties right at the moment, which tells us, okay, wait, now we're in reverse again. So we've seen a lot of change over the last 12 months. And now we've gone in a different direction, where we're actually seeing more properties hit the market. Now we're seeing less properties hit the market. And now inventory is becoming more and more of an issue. 2,300 homes. This is all of Marion County, right? So this is including Denellen and the Villages and Ocala and Bellevue and everything in between. Big difference in the last couple of months. We're seeing definitely a spring market. And this is very similar to what we're seeing across the country. So everything in the South, the southern regions, there's more people moving in than moving out. So that's really, we're seeing the pressure on inventory, and new construction has really taken off again, where there was a little bit of a stalling process for about a 6-month period. Pretty much from that time when you saw me do that video back in the middle of the year, May, June, July to about, January of this year, really like a 6-7 month time period where it kind of really slowed down, but no market crash is what we've seen. And now the market is really picking up again. Not to the extent of what we saw in 2020, 2021 and into, very beginning of 2022, but more of a normalish marketplace, pretty brisk, good time to buy, good time to sell, very balanced. You have an opportunity to buy if you've got an FHA loan or VA loan, and you can negotiate a little bit, but it's starting to tilt a little bit more back into the seller's favor is what we can say over the last several months. If you have questions, let's connect. Located in Ocala and the Villages, 2 offices. Here's my number. Please connect. If you have questions, please like and subscribe. That would be absolutely great.